Joe D. Burns has been described by many as being one of a kind. From the tiny hamlet of Shongaloo, the European theater of World War II, and the forest of northwest Louisiana, Burns left his mark everywhere he went. He left it on his family, his community, and the land that he loved so much.
My service was to serve you and your family, to ensure your sacrifice goes down in history.
Joe Burns was a good man. He was a man of character and a man of principle. He was the American dream, really, to come from where he came from and to be so successful and have the acclaim that he had and the impact that he made on the forest industry and on the impact that he made on a lot of things. He was a World War II hero. He served his country, served his God, took care of his family, friends. He was always happy. If Joe was in the program, it was a better program.
Your story only grows. Whoa, whoa. You are not forgotten.
Forestry is Louisiana's largest agricultural commodity and a multi-billion-dollar industry in the state. Burns had a knack for working with landowners to maximize their timberland. But in order to make it sustainable, when trees were taken out, trees must be put back in.
Joe's greatest contributions to forestry is the fact that he has helped landowners in the reforestation and the sustainable harvesting of their product. And that is extremely important to people that don't really understand fully what their timber is worth, but Joe helped them do that and then helped that land get back into production.
He was a part of the group that began the third forest in our state of Louisiana, which is reforestation and replanting the trees that early on there was just cutting and harvesting and not a lot of thought put to replanting. So I wish, I know that he got to see some of this, but even now so much goes to reforestation. And I think it's because of him and those in his generation that had that vision. They really had a vision to see that happen.
Someday we seem to take forever.
Burns had an appreciation for many things, and one of those was LSU. As a student, he would hitchhike back and forth between Shongaloo and Baton Rouge. His time spent on campus created a passion that remained with him the rest of his life, and that was LSU football, which is now a family tradition.
The only Saturday I ever knew him to take off from work was when LSU was playing football in Baton Rouge. He and Miss Burns would make a trip down to Baton Rouge.
He loved LSU. No doubt. It didn't matter if it was raining or sun was shining or if the coach was good or not so good or we were winning or losing. We were going to see LSU play. The Tigers were playing, he was going to be there, and we still go today. We've taken our children and now we're taking our grandchildren. And it's just a good and fun tradition, for our family.
Go Tigers! While football is fun, Burns understood the real mission of college, and he wanted others to experience the opportunities a university education could bring. He had the foresight to marry two things together that meant a great deal to him: a college education and forestry.
But Joe's love for education put him with the Forestry Foundation. Now, the Forestry Foundation is part of the Forestry Association, and Joe, for 30 years, was the president of the Forestry Foundation. We started giving one scholarship a year to a student studying forestry. When Joe retired from the Forestry Foundation, we were giving 45 scholarships a year to students studying forestry and wildlife.
That was his goal, that we need to plant seed for tomorrow, and part of the seed is the young people who are educated and understand forestry.
You must be educated. We carry on, we never give up.
Those that worked with Burns said he never saw any timberland he didn't like, and that's why he sought to acquire land because they just weren't making it anymore. His acquisitions have led to a legacy for his family that will hopefully provide for generations to come.
We carry on, we're staking our claim. We carry on, but we're still in the game.
Not everybody has the opportunity to have that or to receive that, and so it's definitely a blessing, and it's something that you want to make sure that you're a good steward of, and I see that as something that Mom and her sisters are the primary stewards of today, but then one day that responsibility will pass on to us. It feels like he prepared a legacy for us, and so how can we do the same thing for the next generation?
We carry on, we never give up. We carry on.
Joe D. Burns was a man of faith, loyal to his country, and loving towards his family. He had an appreciation for timberland that he's passing on to future generations. Through his life works, he is now being inducted into the Louisiana Agriculture Hall of Distinction.
I am so excited about that. I am so pleased. It's well deserved. He probably wouldn't have said anything to anybody about it, but I am glad and proud that he is being honored in this way, and I thank you for those that have made this happen because it is well deserved.
Don't you let